Welcome to Greco Talks Money. James and I are excited to give you some market insights for February and what's going on in the economy. But before we get there, we have our mother's 60th birthday bash on Friday, which we are excited about. It's not a surprise or anything, but it is going to be fun. She's having 40 to 50 of her friends meet up and meet for her birthday. I treated her to earlier in the day. She's going to be getting her hair and makeup done, and James also treated her as well.
Yeah, I took her in New York City. I got her a stylist for the day, and she got to pick out clothes and an outfit for her big party and big day. So we're pretty excited about going on Friday.
And some other personal notes is that my renovation is mostly done, but we still have a master bed conversion we're working on. So I am living in the house now, but the master is still kind of bare walls and windows.
Yeah, your house is looking good. I'm looking forward to staying there, especially when I have to go into the office. So looking forward to that. On a side note, we are going to be having some client appreciation events this year. Some in New Jersey, and we're going to have some online for our clients not New Jersey. So if you have any suggestions or ideas, events that you've gone to in the past that you'd like, definitely shoot those out to us, and we'll take those into consideration for future events.
Now jumping into the numbers and the economy and market update for February.
Yes, so inflation in December of 2022 was at 6.5%. It was recorded for the month of January. That was at 6.4%. The 30-year fixed mortgage just went over 7%. The average is 7.03%. The S&P 500 was actually up as of February 23rd, 4.62%.
The first thing we want to bring to your attention is bonds. So obviously last year in 2022, it was one of the worst years for bonds. We were down nearly 13%. And typically you haven't seen in history where stocks have gone down and bonds have gone down at the same time, but this is what occurred in 2022. Obviously, many of you had floating rate bonds in your portfolio because these bonds don't get hurt as much as interest rates rise, right? So this is something we are keeping an eye on, is where are interest rates and what type of bonds should you have in your portfolio?
Yes, the Fed just came out and said that interest rates are going to continue to rise over the next few months. So we expect a lot of volatility in the equity markets and the bond markets as well. As interest rates go up, bonds get devalued. So we may see a little bit more impact on those bonds in the next few months.
As most of you know, last year we were down in the stock market around 19%. And typically, if you look back in history, when you've had bigger declines, 20% or more, the next year tends to be an up year. So we still are optimistic about this year, although we might have some volatility over the next few months while we get this inflation thing figured out. We're hoping all of that comes to an end come summer and fall, and that we really start to turn this thing around.
One thing to consider is China is moving away from the zero COVID policy. We're not sure how this is going to affect the supply chain, whether it's going to be a positive or negative at this point, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on and consider as the months go on.
Another thing too that we looked at is in January, we actually exceeded spending. So spending was up 3%. Now, some of that could have had to do with the seasonal aspects of it. And also, Social Security, we had one of the largest increases in Social Security since 1981. So that bump in Social Security could have also led to it. But it is a good signal that spending was up in January.
Although we're giving you this monthly update with all these updated numbers, and we expect market volatility to continue and the Federal Reserve to continue increasing rates, we're not sure where that's going at this point. We think it's always prudent to keep a long-term perspective as far as your investments. And if you have any questions from this video today, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're always here for you.